It's finally here. So this is it, the brand new Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. Before I get into this video, I just want to say a big thank you to those of you that over on Twitter brought Samsung's attention to the fact that I was still waiting to get hold of mine. But this is it, the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. Wow. Peace and blessings. I'm EMKWAN, and on this channel I help you with technology and lifestyle that you're probably thinking about buying or need help with. So before we talk about the S21 Ultra smartphone itself, what was that unboxing experience about? This is the first year that Samsung have decided to remove a ton of different things that we have almost come to expect. Basically no accessories whatsoever. You get the device itself, and that is it. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section. Now, first impressions, let's just take a moment to talk about that absolutely stunning design. Wow. In the hand, it looks and feels incredible. Now, this is the S21 Ultra 5G in this beautiful black color variation, and honestly, I dig this the most because that stealthy look is really, really nice. And surprisingly enough, that design, the contour cut camera design, I think looks much better in the flesh than it does in pictures. I absolutely love the way, I don't know if you can see on camera, the way it actually merges into the body of the camera. So it looks like it's actually one piece, but also separate at the same time. At the bottom, we've got the SIM tray next to the USB-C port. There's the speaker. Then on the right side, we've got the power button next to the volume rocker. The left side is completely flush, and the top has the microphone inputs. Now on the front, you'll notice that beautiful, Samsung just displays really, really well. It's a 6.8-inch QHD Plus dynamic AMOLED 2x adaptive refresh rate from between 10 to 120 Hertz, and it also comes with the Eye Comfort Shield. This is essentially a feature that will minimize the blue light that's emitted depending on usage. So another really interesting point about that display is the fact that it now will support the pen functionality. So I don't have one of the newer S Pens for this particular series, but I'm using the pen with the Note. And as you can see here, it will work with a whole range of those familiar options that are available with the pen use. So internally, this is powered by a 5nm chipset. In this region, the Middle East, the GCC, we get the choice of only the Exynos 2100, which is going to be very interesting to test out. I'm certainly keen on seeing how it performs on two specific areas, which has been the bane of complaints in the past. Number one is heat and also battery life. It's too early at this point to say anything about it, but that's certainly something that I'll test out. So make sure you're subscribed to see when that full review goes live. Also, it comes with 12 GB of RAM. It is also available in a 16 GB variation. So as far as power is concerned, I think for most day-to-day use, the S21 Ultra with that 5nm chipset should be perfectly good. So as far as battery is concerned, this is powered by that 5000 mAh battery. Again, something that I'm really keen on testing out day to day, particularly the performance with that chipset. But in terms of charging options, well, you've got the whole array of fast charging, wireless charging. So that will work with the S21 Ultra. Now, turning the Ultra around, this is probably one of the star features on this year's model, and that is the enhanced 108 megapixel sensor. So we get an ultra wide 12 megapixel with an f2.2 paired up with a wide 108 megapixel f1.8, and then we've got two tele lenses, tele 1, which is a 10 megapixel optical 3x OIS f2.4, a tele 2, which is a 10 megapixel optical 10x OIS f4.9, and then we get the laser autofocus sensor as well. Now, I haven't had long enough, and again, stay tuned for that full review coming up, but first impressions with a couple of shots that I took outside my window, you can see that the various zoom focal lengths are still there available. And what is interesting is that even maxing that out, that zoom, there's something called zoom lock now, which works with the software, and that gives you much steadier shots in terms of images and videos that are taken that go beyond the 20x, the 30x. And as you can see here, with 100x zoom, it does a very good job, but we'll test more of that out in the follow-up review. I've also taken a shot with the front-facing camera. It's a 40 megapixel front-facing camera, which is really good here. And as well as that, there is also video support. Now, this is the first time that we're seeing 4K 60 frames per second on all of the lenses, which again is something that I'm really keen on testing out in a separate video. So do stay tuned for that. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, then be sure to check this other video out where I talk about the differences between all of this year's new models. And that's me, EMKWAN, over and out. Peace and blessings.